Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jamal. I hope you guys are all doing well. Now, before I start this video, I wanted to go ahead and thank everyone for 2,000 subscribers. I know it's not a whole lot, but like it's another 1,000 and on top of the 1,000 I already had before. You guys are like the true OGs. Thank you so much for hanging in there. I know I don't upload as often as I should be, but I really do appreciate the 2,000 of you guys that have subscribed so far, and anyone that might consider subscribing in the future. So today what we're doing is we're kind of starting phase 2 of my C5 Corvette build. It was basically building out the top end of the car. If you guys are subscribers or watch my videos, you know that I have a 2003 Corvette Z06 behind me. And so far it's got full exhaust and a cam, a BTR Stage 3 cam, and it made 433 wheel horsepower on the dyno. And so today what we're doing, first step, is going to be painting my new intake manifold. Now, this is the intake manifold that I got. It's a fast 92. The reason I didn't go 102 was that my tuner recommended getting the 92 because people usually let go of them pretty cheap, and he said that I would see really good gains with an LS2 throttle body, which I also do have. I have a Silver Blade LS2 throttle body that I bought. It's a 90 millimeter, but it bolts right up to this Fast 92 intake manifold. It's a really good combo, and it makes really good power, and it's a really affordable combo too. So this intake, I believe I bought for $650 used, but as you guys saw there, it's in this like gray color, I guess it came in, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't think anything else in my engine bay is gray, so today I'm going to be painting this thing like a matte black, kind of like the stock intake. Now, I know there's like a million different ways that we could paint this intake, like take it apart and sand it, wet sand it, prime it, put some adhesion promoter on it. There's a whole bunch of different ways we can do it, a whole bunch of different paints we can use as well. Today what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be kind of doing the cheap route, I guess. I'm going to scuff it up a little bit with 400 grit sandpaper, and then I'm going to shoot a layer of primer on it, and then I'm going to just shoot the black right onto it, and it should be good. These intakes don't get very hot. The paint I have is just like regular paint, regular spray paint I bought from Home Depot. It's made by Rust-Oleum. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sand this intake down and just tape some of the stuff off that I don't want to get paint on, and then we're going to go ahead and shoot some primer onto it, and then shoot some black paint onto it, and it should be good. So now what I did already go ahead and do the other day was I pressure washed it, and I used like a super fine steel wool, like I think it's like a grade quadruple 0 or something like that, and I just kind of cleaned the intake off a bit, threw some degreaser on it too to try to get some of the grease and oil off of it that was on it from like the previous owner, whoever sold it to me or whoever used it last. And so it's all clean now, and then I'm gonna put this camera on a tripod, and I'm going to go ahead and sand it. Oh yeah, before I start, these are the supplies I bought from Home Depot. As you can see, it's nothing special. I'm not a professional painter. I just bought some gray primer and some flat black paint, and then a 400 grit sandpaper. So yeah, nothing special here. Like I said, I'm not a professional, but one thing about painting is the prep work is key. Spraying paint isn't hard, but how you prep the surface is really gonna speak for the quality of the paint job. So let's go ahead and get started with the sanding. So as you can see there, I didn't sand it a whole lot. The Fast 92 actually has kind of a rough surface, like kind of hard to describe, but it's a little bit of like a rough, it's not like a super smooth surface, and I kind of wanted to keep that look to it so that it looks kind of like, I don't know, I want it to look like original. I don't want to smooth it completely out. So I didn't sand it a whole lot. I'm just kind of leave it like that, and then basically what I'm gonna do now is just wash it off, tape off the things I don't want painted, and then I'm just going to start painting it, so let's go ahead and wash it off. So while I was waiting on it to dry, I went ahead and taped up everything. As you can see here, the 4 screw holes where the fuel rail bolts up to, I went ahead and covered that because they're threaded. You don't want to get paint on the threads because then the bolts won't go in. And then I also taped the opening of the intake because I don't want to get any paint in there or on the seal that's on there. As far as all the other bolts go here, like the exposed ones, I don't really care about those. Those can get painted. They're never going to come off anyways. And then, yeah, everything else should be good. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it with the first coat of primer. So another thing worth mentioning is when you're painting anything, especially spray painting, you probably want to do it in relatively low humidity. Right now it's like super humid. It like was going to rain, but it didn't rain. So it's like super humid outside right now. So probably not the best conditions to be painting in, but we're just going to send it and hopefully it's okay. The first layer of primer is dried up. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a second layer. Now again, I don't want to put too much on it because I still want it to have that wrinkle finish. I don't want it to be like completely smooth whenever I do finish painting it. So I'm going to go real lightly with the second coat and then just going to throw the black paint on it like I said. It's pretty much done. I had to go ahead and kind of rush through those last coats of paint because it looks like it's about to actually start raining finally. So I just kind of followed up with even sprays. There is a bit of overspray in places, but it doesn't look too bad, and it will probably be covered by the fuel rail covers anyways. So yeah, that pretty much it's pretty much good now. So we're just gonna go ahead and let it dry, and then probably in a few weeks, whenever I end up putting everything in, we'll just go ahead and throw it on the car. So I know a lot of you guys are going to ask why I didn't actually take the intake apart, because it does come apart. Now the reason I didn't do that was because it does have a rubber gasket inside of it, and it's already been sealed, so I didn't want to take it apart and risk messing that gasket up, or maybe have to order a new gasket. So the way I painted it should be fine. Obviously it's not like a high dollar paint job, but I just wanted it definitely does look better now than it did before, and I think it'll look good in the engine bay of my car. So that is pretty much concludes this video. I can actually feel the wind getting cooler right now. It's like about to rain. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack all this stuff up and close the garage up, but I really do appreciate you guys watching. Please comment down below any questions you might have. Like the video, and as always, if you guys did enjoy the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.